Look up look on my page, and then you do it here. Okay, so we're live, right?
Yep, I see myself. Yeah, I see you.
So now you can take that feed and reshare.
Yep, that's what I'm doing.
Hey, you got 5 viewers already.
Who?
That's it.
That's what we're talking about. That's what we need.
Man, P, you digging in your mouth on the line. All right. So, gentlemen, how was the weekend?
Oh, it was good. It's a lot to talk about. Yeah.
Well, I'll talk about it, right?
Time to
Hold
start.
on. Let's go into, let's get ready here.
Says it has no sound though. Hold on.
You don't have sound?
I'm checking out. Hold on.
You don't have sound? Should have sound.
Maybe it's just my.
Huh? No sound?
Hold on, brother. I'm checking
1 2 1 2. I hear you.
Okay.
I hear you. P.
Yeah.
1 2. Yeah. I'll raise it up a bit. All right. How about that?
1 2 1 2.
Yeah, that's
Two,
good.
1 2.
That's good. That's good.
Check it out.
That's
Check it
good.
out.
That's good. All right, we.
No, we're good. Yeah, we're good.
Yeah, we're good. All right. Sounds good, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the sports show, our Monday night hangout. You know, COVID separated us for many months. But, you know, these are my guys. These are guys I love spending my free time with. And we've been finally put this show together. We've been trying to do this show for many years. And with all the free time we had off, we were able to get some equipment and, no indoor dining. So we have some space. We created a studio in one of the VIP areas here. And we got our little studio. So what's up, P?
What's going on?
What's up, A?
How you doing, brother?
That's good, man. So what do y'all think about that game last night?
Which game?
Well, we'll start with the Miami Heat beating the Celtics.
Well, I thought Miami was hungrier.
You thought Miami was hungrier?
Yeah.
Well, how do you think they're gonna fare against the Lakers?
I think it's going to be a real good series for two reasons. They have multiple defenders that can guard LeBron James, and they have an athletic big that can go out there and challenge Anthony Davis.
So you think Bam Adebayo is physical enough to deal with JaVale McGee?
Yeah.
What's his name?
When you put AD at the 5,
AD.
he's an athletic guy that can go out there and defend. He can do that.
I think they're small, man. Lakers got 4 big men, including LeBron.
Miami just ain't have to play him.
Olenek is not a big man.
No,
They're gonna have to bring out what's that old dude's name? He's all gray now. Haslett. They're gonna have to dust off Haslett. Haslett gonna get minutes in this series.
They got Leonard. They got Olenek. They got Bam. That's 3 big men right there.
I just like their shooting. I think if they could stay on the perimeter, they definitely. If Robinson and Hero get going, that could be a problem for the Lakers. But other than that,
need Dragic to keep playing like he's been playing.
Yeah,
That's a big factor. You know, if he's still giving you 20 to My whole thing is a good series if the Heat can score.
Hey, did you watch the game?
Did I watch the game? No. I was actually barbecuing yesterday.
So you sound like you didn't watch the game. Yeah, shit to say.
I actually didn't watch the game. I watched a lot of the highlights, today while I was home. Kids were off from school.
I think it's not going to be as. I don't think the series is going to be as fun as Lakers Boston, but it's the best we got. I would love to see some. And the crazy thing to me, I think once Hayward came back, I think they lost their mojo. They couldn't quite fit him in, and he wasn't really that good. Like they just started playing different. They were off.
I think Boston has to get deeper though. They were only playing 7 to 8 guys.
When they played less, they won more. When they added this guy to the rotation,
You're gonna burn yourself out. You can't have an off game when you're playing 7 guys. The main guys have to always be used. So like Denver went 10 deep in the playoffs. It works. If you got quality players, it works.
But who else? Who on Boston that you didn't want that they had that they didn't play? They ain't had nobody.
Right?
Wanamaker.
I'm just saying, some games they didn't play Cantor.
Yeah.
Right? So when they don't play him, they're basically going, without Hayward being back, they were going 70. That's 2 subs.
Yeah, I can't understand why you don't play Cantor more, especially on the days when Tice didn't have the offensive game. You needed Cantor. Cantor is a scoring machine. He's gonna score. And they went stretches of shooting jump shots that weren't going in against the Heat.
But it's a jump shot league now.
I honestly think I wanted to see the Celtics and Lakers a lot because of this nostalgia situation, but to me, Celtics were just a little bit more exciting than the Heat. But the one thing that the Heat brings is, I believe they're gonna just defend LeBron a little bit better, in my opinion. You know what I mean? Like,
I totally agree with you.
But Jimmy Butler, he probably is the best defender against LeBron besides, I don't know, Draymond or Iguodala or somebody.
Yeah.
But you gotta think, they got Crowder.
That's
Crowder too. They got a bunch of defenders, and Bam can defend. That's what I'm saying. Listen, all their stars, they have defenders that'll make it work. I'm not saying you're gonna stop them, but it'll work for their points. When versus Denver, they got basically whatever they want.
You know,
I don't think it's gonna be that easy for you.
You know what I did realize? No matter, the Lakers in the finals again, LeBron is his 10th trip to the finals in 13 years or something like that. I mean, even with all that, it's still not exciting as football. I don't care what anybody says.
I was trying to get basketball a little low.
I'm not trying to get the same way to football. I'm just saying.
No, we going to football.
I'm just saying. I just was thinking about when you asked me did I watch the game, I was like, yeah, I really did, because I had my phone and watching football. I was never coming up. So I'm just saying, I don't know.
Now, what game were you watching yesterday?
I'm a Jets fan.
That was atrocious.
And I watched the whole game.
I don't know what was worse, the Jets game or the Giants game.
No, the Jets easy. Did you see both games?
Yeah,
I saw both.
I watched both.
It was the Jets easily was a rose game.
They had like 2.
How do you throw 3 interceptions, 2 pick sixes? What do we do? And then you give up a safety?
But y'all laughed at me when I said that we could go play the Jets and Giants last week. I said we could suit up. Listen, they'll lose to college teams right now.
It's horrible. They said they tuned up the offensive line. The offensive line looks like a screen door. Like
when Donald came out to start the game,
be a New York fan right now.
Donald came out. He looked, they came out, they scored. He looked like he had a pulse. And then everything went downhill so fast.
I don't remember. He threw a pick six in the first series. He threw a pick six.
Exactly. Well, he came out on fire. The next series.
And I'm like, he's moving the ball downfield. He had, and that's the thing with Donald. Like, when we drafted him, I was in. I was like, okay. I'm thinking, the Giants gave us a lead. They took Saquon. We got to get Donald. We good. I thought y'all were going to pick up Donald. So, okay. Well,
terrible.
It makes no sense. The crazy, but he has glimpses. He has glimpses. Like yesterday, he made a throw in the end zone where he shook a bunch of defenders and he made a throw to the corner in the end zone to Berrios. Like, it's a hell of a play.
Listen, this is a telling week for them.
And that is the only hell of a play.
If they don't beat Denver this week,
who, the Jets?
Yeah, if they don't beat Denver.
Why do you think? How they gonna beat Denver?
Yeah, why would you think?
What they gonna beat Denver with?
Denver has nobody right now.
Nobody. Listen, the 49ers have nobody.
No.
The 49ers.
But listen, the 49ers.
No. Listen.
Yo, don't say that.
They had a quarterback you never heard of.
No. He played. He played with Garoppolo.
Exactly. They might as well put the Kaepernick out there.
No.
The man went for 343 yards on the
What I'm saying
Giants.
to you, and you have to remember, first of all, the 49ers have a very good coach. He coached them up. He coached them up.
Then they bring out two of these scrubby running backs. And both of them run for like 100 yards, 4 touchdowns. One scored two. The third stringer scored 2 touchdowns. The starter scored. He scored his. Got out the game. They bring in the sub. He scores 2. Oh, come on.
I'm saying they have depth. I'm telling you, they have a lot of depth. I was surprised.
And the defense still played pretty well. The Giants,
that's what I'm saying.
Giants do got defense.
All around, the 49ers played decently. It didn't play bad, even with everybody that's injured.
I think they're going to go to the postseason. I'm more confident after watching.
I think so too.
I think they're going to go to the postseason. They go to the Super Bowl? I'm not sure, but
that's a team. That's a team. I mean, they were running the ball.
All bet on the team to go to the Super Bowl right now. It'll be Tampa Bay.
What?
Yeah, Tampa Bay.
Why?
What?
Because they have the biggest ceiling. Like, you see that defense and how they're playing?
Brother, I'm going to name 4 teams.
Who's their running back?
Living for that.
Okay. He didn't do nothing yesterday.
No, but it's not because of the offense. It's because the way the defense is playing.
Bro, I'm gonna name who did they play? All right, so you're gonna tell me they could
Carolina yesterday?
They're gonna get past Pete. They're gonna get past Seattle.
Huh? Pete's talking about their defense is good. They playing Driscoll. They playing Denver.
But if there's 4 teams that I would say right now that have a way better chance. And not any specific conference or division, 4 teams that are better than Tampa Bay will have a better chance. Say it. Seattle, Baltimore.
I'm talking about to the Super Bowl.
I'm telling you. I'm telling you, and not because they may be in the same division, same conference, whatever. That's not what I'm trying to say here. There's 4 teams that at least have a better chance of getting to the Super Bowl.
Team to go to the Super Bowl. That was my statement.
And I'm telling you that I have 4 teams that have a better chance than Tampa Bay. And I'm telling you, okay, definitely Seattle.
All right.
Kansas City. Baltimore.
That's on the opposite side, but 2 on the opposite side.
But what I'm saying to you is they still got a better chance.
When I'm telling you about Seattle, right? Russell Wilson is playing lights out, but they're still giving up 30-something points a game. They can stop nobody.
Brother. With that offense, you do not need to stop anybody. They can't be stopped.
Right, but they can't be stopped. They almost lost to New England.
Listen, but this is what I'm trying to tell you. They can't be stopped because Russell Wilson is bowling like.
I respect Russell Wilson, but if I gotta pick one game, there's no.
He had 3 TDs yesterday.
TB12, 1 game.
He's had the most TDs in 3 games in NFL history. Russell Wilson.
There's nobody. Seattle's winning championship.
Any quarterback can
Seattle-
30 in 3 games.
What happens when you have a bad game?
He doesn't have a bad game.
He's consistent.
He had a playoff game where he threw 4 interceptions to the Green Bay Packers.
No, we're talking about this season. No,
He's playing great, but look how many points they give up.
it doesn't matter.
They give up 31 to Dallas.
It does. Pete,
Don't act like
Pete,
Dallas is a bad team.
Pete, they got two receivers. You literally.
They should be 0-3.
No, they shouldn't.
Yeah, they should be. They should have lost to Atlanta too. They should be 0-3.
No.
Dallas Cowboys should be.
Let's not even talk. Let's not get to
Dallas
Atlanta.
Cowboys should be 0-3.
Dallas Cowboys stink.
They stink.
Exactly.
They stink.
They got talent on
They don't know what they're doing. They don't have a formula. They have no identity.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
What is your definition of stink? And we have, if you're saying, let's just talk in the comment, in the division. What are we talking about here? You going to take Dallas State? No one in the division. Washington football team in there, and the Giants in there.
Okay, they win their division. They win their division. So what?
Okay, hold on. Okay, and you're still talking about other teams like Denver. You're talking about teams like the Jets. You're talking about teams like Miami. You're talking about teams like Carolina. Come on.
Okay. When I say they stink, I'm saying compared to as much trash as the Dallas Cowboys fans all over the world talk,
compared to the
they spend all kind of money.
Okay.
They have the highest profile players, Ezekiel, Cooper, their quarter. I mean, they are underwhelming.
No, yes,
They're
okay.
underwhelming.
All right.
They have CeeDee Lamb. They have Michael Gallup. These guys have stars. They even have this new tight end that's a star. They got stars all over the place.
But I'm going to tell you,
But they don't have a recipe for winning.
no, and I'm going to tell you that the problem is, who is their offensive coordinator?
I don't know.
Exactly. They don't have an offensive coordinator that is utilizing those stars the way he should be. Because you know why? Dak shouldn't be throwing as much as he should.
So hey, listen. So if you were the offensive coordinator, right?
Yes. What would Ezekiel is going to be my workhorse. They're not. Have you seen Ezekiel since game 1 get over 100 yards in any game? No. What are we doing? He's the highest paid running back in the game. What are we doing? You're telling me, you're sitting here and you're telling me Dallas stinks. Dallas the best
Listen, all right, that's part of why they stink. They should be using their players to the best.
That's what I'm saying. It's not. Don't say the team stinks. Say the way they. Because you named.
Okay, let me ask you. Do the Atlanta Falcons? I say they stink too. Do you think they don't stink?
Atlanta got talent. Are you nuts? They have Ryan, who still is a great quarterback.
Would you want to be an Atlanta player right now?
In the game, they still
Huffing it up every time.
They have what's the name is running. It's Dan Quinn. Dan Quinn needs to go, and I'm gonna tell you why. Why did they hire Dan Quinn originally? Because he was a defensive coordinator. He was a defensive mind. Their defense sucks. How do you give up?
They stink. That's what I said.
Their defense sucks. They're scoring many points.
Atlanta's good bad. They lost the Super Bowl.
And you gotta understand, team is about mentality. Where is it coming from up top? Right? No, so their mentality up top is saying, "Oh, how are teams sitting there saying 28 points behind and saying we got Atlanta right where we want them." You playing for 28 points, looking around saying, we good. We go in this game. 28 points.
But listen, doesn't a great offense help the defense? If their offense was that good,
they
should never. You shouldn't be able to walk them down 21 points in a row. The offense got to be able to put some more points on the board.
I disagree. Defense is the key to winning championships.
I understand, but if they have a great offense, once again,
you made the claim about Tampa Bay and their defense. How did you just disregard what
I didn't disregard what you said.
They stink. Like I said,
I didn't say they were a bad team
because of the defense.
I didn't say they were a bad team. What did I say? I know 4 teams in my mind that have a better chance of getting to the Super Bowl. That does not mean that they're going to lose or they're going to have a losing record. No, this ain't Tampa Bay's a bad team. I just disagree and said they have a less chance of getting to the Super Bowl than other teams in the league. I disagree, but okay.
What do y'all think about Carson Wentz?
Your own favorite team, the Patriots, have, in my opinion, have a better chance of getting to the Super Bowl than Tampa Bay.
They're Tampa Bay?
Do you believe Tampa Bay is going to win the division?
You know what?
Who's in the division?
The Saints.
Yeah, and this is what I'm going to say.
Is Tampa Bay better than the Saints?
Right now they are. I believe right now they are.
No, I don't.
Right now, no. Right now they are.
I'm with
The thing is,
I don't believe. I believe at the end it will be. They're just starting that.
see, I think it's different. I think right now they're better.
No.
You know who my favorite player on Tampa Bay is? Chris Goodwin.
Of course,
That's my favorite.
he's a star.
He's not just a star, but he has a certain confidence about him.
And to me, he could run any type of route.
Yeah.
You could put him anywhere.
He can do anything.
Yes.
He can do anything. He's to me, the most dangerous guy on the team.
I agree with you.
And
But you know what? And Leonard Fournette.
yeah, I mean, listen, Tampa Bay. At the end of the day, we all know how this story goes. Tampa Bay is gonna be there. At the
Tampa
end.
Bay is going to
But I don't think. I think at the end of the day, the quarterback might be the weakest link.
And what I'm going to say, and I was going to say something like it. What I said is, the league already knows Tom Brady. They know Tom Brady's weaknesses. Anybody that's in the playoffs has a good enough coach that they can scheme for Tom Brady's weaknesses, and that's going to be the cause of not getting. Like I said, they're going to be a good team.
Any team that's in the playoffs, what are their defenses giving up right now? Hey, you talk about Seattle, they're averaging 30 points.
But P, you can't talk about
Yes.
your defense when you just played Denver. Like
Yes.
that is not a test at all. You just played Denver. They don't have a quarterback. They don't have an
Right?
offense.
Green Bay gave them 35 points in a flawless game. They still gave up 30 points, right? Last night. They still scored 30 points.
Yeah, they played a good team. They played Aaron Rodgers.
Without their best receiver. They don't know offense when they play.
Who are you saying that? Who you tell
He
me?
said Green Bay.
Oh, when New Orleans scored 30 on Green Bay, they lost.
Yeah, yesterday to me. I think Aaron Rodgers. Every game he tries to put a theme. I think yesterday's theme was let's make Lazard a star.
You know what his team was?
Let's showcase Lazard.
You know what his team was? His team was play action. Do you know how much yardage he had off of play action?
Well, he does that.
But he's kind of being disrespected, though. Like, I wouldn't be surprised.
I'm telling you, look.
He has 2 great years in a row and still feels on.
Listen, listen. We know what Devontae Adams is. He's trying to tell you that his number 2 is better than most of y'all number 1s. That's what to me yesterday was about. He force fed that kid the ball, and they did whatever they want.
And why did they do it? Because now they actually have a running game. So like I said, play action is key. Oh, we got to guard against the running game. Before, the previous years, we didn't have to guard Green Bay. We didn't have to guard against the running game. Now we do. So now, Aaron Rodgers, play action, boom. He's scoring points. You know what I'm saying? He's doing his thing.
Aaron Rodgers is upset.
I agree. I agree.
He's playing like
100%.
it. This is the best Aaron Rodgers I've seen in a couple years.
I agree 100%. 100%.
Donna. While we're welcoming our brother Ty into the set, we got to fix the cameras a little bit. While we're doing that, we're gonna take a 2-second pause for the calls.
I'll take one more, AJ.
Hey, slide this over a little Ty into the set.
What do you say?
Slide this over a little bit.
Slide it over.
Slide the camera to catch Ty. 2-second pause for the calls.
So what did y'all touch on already?
Oh, we touched on everything. You're right on time for the Eagles. Well, we're back. We're back. I'm not gonna waste too much time. What's up, kids? Everybody back to school. You know, got JoJo coming in. Got Raymond. You know, hi everybody. We're shooting a show right now, but hey, listen, JoJo, social distance. You can't just be coming up and set like that.
JoJo's
Hi. Bye. I see you later.
All right, y'all. So back to the sports. Philadelphia, what do y'all think? I think Carson Wentz will not be the starter by the end of the year.
I disagree. I'm gonna say they paid him too much money not to keep him the starter.
Yeah, and for the most part, I feel like they don't have anybody that they have in a position to take over right now. And it's more problems than just wins at the moment to me. The defense is not great at all. You have a struggling Cincinnati team that they couldn't stop at all for no reason. I don't understand how you end up in the tie. 2-0-2 teams, somebody's supposed to walk out with a win, but we somehow walked out with a tie. Beyond me.
You said we. You was on the field?
I might as well have been.
I
probably would have
win. That was pathetic football. You play a whole
I think about it, if they cost me money, I picked them to beat them, but long story short is this. If you pay a guy that much money, he has to win games like that. So when you don't win a game versus Bums, what are you going to do versus Brady?
I mean, but if your defense can't stop me.
They gave them 23 points. They had 23 points. Let's be realistic.
Can I ask you a question?
Not a bad defensive game.
When was the last time Wentz really looked good?
When he beat Dallas to go to the playoffs.
Right. Who
got injured.
Who was his coach?
No, y'all missing the silver lining.
No,
Peterson was the coach.
Screw the coach.
Doug Peterson was
right. I mean, who had the best game
Yesterday.
What do you mean?
The best game yesterday.
Team-wise or
One quarterback.
oh, Russell Wilson?
No.
Nick Foles.
Nick Foles.
You know, Nick Foles. First of all, you guys are out of your
He
mind.
has a magic hand or something. Like he goes everywhere. Either start or slide.
Are you looking?
Hey, 3 touchdowns. I
You
need
do 3
to
touchdowns, and you do 3 touchdowns in 3-1 game. Yes, what I'm saying to you is,
Trubisky's career is done.
in Chicago.
Finished.
Can I tell you something? Why you stop acting like and I'm a Nick Foles fan? Don't get it twisted, but I'm a realist. And reality sets in when you have to play a whole season. I guarantee you. Well, I can't guarantee you, but I'm telling you, in my opinion, what was happening is Chicago always knew Nick Foles was going to come in.
No.
Yes, I'm telling you.
They were trying to make Mitch their
Listen
guy.
to me. I'm telling you. In Chicago's mind, in the beginning of the season, they said at some point we're going to go to Nick Foles. We're not sure when. We're hoping it's on the back end of the season.
They never had to go. They knew with that coach coming in, the history between that coach
Stop
and
acting
Nick
like Nick
Foles.
Foles is winning full season. Nick Foles looks good. And he picks up at the end of the season. But he looks good. He is a person that says, when I need to play, I'm going to play. But when it's full season, he's not going to be the same quarterback.
It's when Chicago brought the coach in, and then he brought in Nick Foles. They knew it was a possibility it could happen.
That's my point. That's what I just said. We're not Nick Foles in the freaking Super Bowl. Why you talking like he's I'm not saying that. I like Nick Foles.
With Nick
Foles also had a season where he only had 2 interceptions.
Nick Foles, the problem with Nick Foles, as well as with Wentz, truthfully, honestly, but Nick Foles is proven, obviously, is they can't stay healthy. We give him a full season. He was in Jacksonville. They shot him in Jacksonville. He got hurt.
I know that.
So that's the same problem that he will have to deal with.
I'm saying to you,
he will do good until he gets injured and see how fast or how bad the injury is.
And that's why I'm telling you, Chicago knew they were going to go to Nick Foles at some point. They were hoping it was going to be on the back of the season, maybe like the back.
I don't even know what Trubisky did bad. I have to really review that game. I know, but it was 10. He was losing, but it was 10 to 28. At the end of the day, Nick Foles came in that second half. The fourth quarter, they still hit him, and Atlanta scored no points. No points in the fourth quarter. So you can't just say, what I'm telling you is, Nick Foles put those points up there and got them back. But that defense shut Atlanta down again. But Atlanta just had no listen. They get a comfortable lead, and they get comfortable. They didn't have any.
But that's my point. They have a good offense.
They got enough receivers.
Exactly. They have a good offense. They just can't get defense.
Listen. It's not on the receivers. It's on the quarterback.
It's on the defense.
The coach can't play the game for you. He can tell you what to do.
How many points did Atlanta score? Don't act like Atlanta only scored 7 points like the Jets, brother. Atlanta scores points every game. Matt Ryan is
Atlanta is trash.
Their defense is trash. Their offense is mediocre.
Score when they needed
Their offense can outscore any team pretty much in the league.
One more touchdown, they put that game.
You know what's crazy though?
But if you don't let the other team score, you're 28 points up. Bro.
Now you wasn't 20 points; it was 18 points up. And
Score one more, even a field goal.
Or 28.
Bro, yes, I agree with you. That could have happened. But if you're up 20 points,
though, I think it's the execution of the offense, but more so the coaching calling is conservative. It's always been conservative when they're up. They're not as aggressive. They do not play the same type of plays. They play predictable when they're up with the lead. They play
that's not even
safe.
it. And I'm gonna tell you, it's more to me more than all this that we're talking. You may be right, Ty. You might be right, Bub. But with all that, even with you guys being right, what's the biggest problem? It's the mentality. After they lost that big lead to the Super Bowl, they were never the same. They were never the same. They have no heart and soul after that.
I agree with that.
So we can argue all that. It's that heart and soul that's gone, and Dan Quinn hasn't figured out how to change it, and that's why he needs to go.
Do the New England Patriots play Kansas City this year?
I don't know. I gotta look that up.
Yeah, they do.
They do? I can't wait for that game though. That's a game that I gotta mark them out.
Now, if you're to me, it's gonna be the game of games, brother. Tonight is gonna be the game of games.
Tonight is a serious game. Who do y'all have? How do y'all see this one going down tonight?
I'm gonna take the Ravens.
I like the Ravens tonight.
I'm gonna take the Ravens tonight.
Definitely taking the
I'm gonna
Chiefs.
tell you, I'm gonna take the Ravens, and I'm gonna say why. I will say why because in his mind, he knows that if he does not beat Mahomes today, he's not ever gonna get to beat Mahomes. He's on 2. Yo, he's literally I think like 26-1, 24-1 versus everybody else in the league, but 0-2 against Mahomes. That's sick.
He gotta beat Mahomes. Just to
you gotta get over that hump.
Maintain his profile as the MVP.
Yes,
he gotta come
and
out.
he knows that. So I believe he's gonna do everything possible.
And I just don't see Kansas City won the Super Bowl, and they just don't have the same fire and desire.
Their defense is as
The defense is Kansas City this year.
Yeah,
that was a question. They play actually next week.
Oh.
He said this last week. Whoever did the scheduling for football, they own it.
Listen, they doing. Listen, man. They all great games this year. I can't lie.
Week 4, that's a good week too.
Now we talked about the Packers, New Orleans.
Oh yeah, the New Orleans Packers, but even stated from last week, New Orleans showed the same thing that they showed last week against Las Vegas. They team defense shuts down. A lot of defensive penalties, and
they're leading the league in defensive penalties. They're leading the league in defensive.
The Rabbit, what do you call him? He's terrible because from the Giants.
Kamara and freaking Drew Brees is elite
from the Giants.
Yeah, the old Giant cornerback.
Oh, you talking about Jenkins? Janoris Jenkins.
He is horrible.
You saw that hole? That was a blitz.
He don't even care. Like he's like, listen, at least it wasn't a touchdown.
Yo, it was blatant.
He did it twice.
It was crazy. The crazy thing was, it was a hole. It was an offside? It was a penalty versus the Saints originally. Aaron Rodgers knows he has a free play. What did he do? He throws it to the end zone. And you still
Lazard is like 6'5". Jenkins is like 5'6".
It's nuts.
Why is he guarding it? Why is he covering it?
Sometimes it is what it is, man. If you play in a certain zone, it is what it is.
You get who you get on the coast. They feel like he probably is still a great corner.
Yeah.
Never know. Like, listen.
No, he has great instincts, but I just, when you have a miss, that's what I said. All you have to do is throw the ball up. There's nothing he can do. The grab is off.
They are hurting.
But you know what? Aaron Rodgers being a great quarterback that is, he knows this. He knows that it's always going to a penalty.
You know? Well, on to baseball. The playoffs start tomorrow. How do you
wait. Before we go into baseball, hold on. Before we go into baseball, can I just talk about one thing? Can I talk about one thing?
You got one thing.
Before we go into baseball,
What's up?
Can I talk about one thing? Can we talk about seriously the Buffalo Bills? I might become, because I'm still in New York, I might have to become a Buffalo Bills fan. Like,
listen, you shouldn't be impressed with them yesterday.
I got him.
That passive
Josh Allen alone. But Josh Allen alone, he's
playing great. I'm not knocking that. He's playing. He was the number one pick for a reason.
See, to me, Buffalo, they know the importance of great coaches. They got a great coach that understands the tools he has, and every year they stack. They get better. They went and got Stephon Diggs. To add to that. So every year they just getting closer and closer. Ultimately, they want to take out New England, and then next step is the Super Bowl. But they're not gonna lose to any team they're supposed to be. That's what you guarantee with Buffalo.
And that's what
you're not gonna be lucky and beat them.
And that's all you can ask for, though. If you're not gonna lose to any team that you're supposed to beat,
you're still not gonna win the division. They're still not gonna win the division. I don't care how good they are, they're not winning.
I hear you. Is that hard? Is that hard? Are you going off the heart or are you going off the action?
I'm going off of what I'm saying.
You got the
same team that's
we all know for Cam Newton.
New Orleans, right? The same team that stormed out New Orleans, they ran through yesterday. Handoff. We could have ran the ball and got 100 yards yesterday if you was on the New England Patriots.
Okay, so let me ask you: are you still a Patriots fan or Tampa Bay?
We talked about this yesterday. It was about maybe a 60-40 slate.
Which side?
Tampa Bay.
You know he's a Tampa Bay. He's a Tom Brady fan.
I'm with Tom, but when Rob came out of retirement, it gave him 10% over there, right?
Over the Tampa Bay?
Yeah.
I love it. Now back to baseball. So the Giants stink. Yankees stink.
Mets didn't make it.
Anybody gonna even watch the playoffs?
I'm gonna tell you right now, baseball is struggling for viewership. Let's be honest. It's not exciting.
Compared to what you see in the NBA and the NFL.
The NFL, first of all, as far as
not having fans in baseball,
I watched the game the other day, and it was so weird. Like, what?
You gotta at least have listen. The game is boring enough as it is. So when you don't got no fans there that even look excited or doing the wave or nothing.
That's a good set, because I was about to ask y'all, like, when y'all watching the games, your fans there, y'all don't go to games anyway. So, like, Ty made me go to a game or two, but if y'all not at the stadium, you don't really care about.
No, I do. Listen.
I'm trying to tell you, you don't realize
in that bottom of the ninth, right? And the dude hits that home run, and everybody gets up in unison, and everybody's going crazy. It gets you hyped.
It's different.
You watch a guy, you just hit the shit, and it's like, okay, game over.
You've been to a World Series when the Mets lost, right?
Yep.
How was that game to you, though?
Heartbreaking first off, but actually being there for the actual experience was great. Like the enthusiasm,
But he said baseball is like he said that when you go to the game.
Oh no, listen, I used to walk to Yankee Stadium when I was a kid, so I know all about how great it is going. But I also enjoy it at home because you could do other stuff. You can do your homework, you can do your chores, you can make phone calls while the game is on, and you just catch those moments. But without the fan interaction,
it was so different. Like, even it's just the background noise in general from the fans that makes the game. It was none of that. Yeah, they put when somebody does something great, it's that all of that.
You got none of that. I gotta give with baseball, you really gotta be a diehard baseball fan.
I gotta give baseball
like basketball, football, like it has interesting moves, agilities. Oh, this guy just broke this one. Oh, that score was crazy. But for baseball, you can't say, oh, that was a splitter and he's still in it. And it's still going crazy, opposite field. Like, it's not that. It's different. You have to love the game truly for what it is and probably have a good knowledge of the game to see it, to have plays that excite you.
And we're dying breed. You got 4 black men talking about baseball. That's just something you don't say.
No, listen. I'm a Mets fan, but when Jacob deGrom was on the mound, I'm tuned in.
Yeah.
I don't need the fans. I need the 10 to 14 strikeouts a game. That's what I look for. I look for.
Well, we had Cole this year, and he was a disappointment.
He was a disappointment, but he still was good.
I'm gonna be watching tomorrow. I mean,
but that's why I believe if I had to bet on that series, I would bet against the Yankees because that guy he pitching against is no joke.
No, he wasn't.
Yeah.
Yankees never could be good pitchers.
Listen,
but we got the best pitcher in the AL.
Who?
What's his name?
Who?
Garrett Cole.
Listen. No, I mean, he was the best pitcher on Houston last year. When he came to the Yankees, when these guys come to the Yankees, they go, listen, he has a home run problem. How many home runs he gave up this year?
But come on, let's be realistic. Cole, last year Cole was the best pitcher, right? He came to the Yankees.
No, he wasn't the best pitcher last year either to me.
No, Cole was.
Yeah. Why is he the best pitcher? Why is he better than Jacob DeGrom? Because my man don't make the playoffs. He doesn't make the playoffs.
I said it in the AL. I said it in the AL. I didn't say best pitcher in baseball.
Okay.
I said it in the AL.
I'm gonna tell you. All right. You want to argue Jacob DeGrom? I like Jacob DeGrom. I have no problem with
the Yankees out him there to get rid of Cole right now.
No, we wouldn't. Yeah, we would figure out how to sign both those contracts. I guarantee you.
Well, maybe that's right.
You know, we work out that money situation the way we want. Everybody said we couldn't sign Stanton because of the money. And we figured it out.
That's the biggest thief.
Disappointment. Yeah.
Stanton.
Yeah, absolutely.
Biggest thief in New York. Can't trade him. Good luck with that contract.
Yeah,
that's what he was doing. He told it.
Hey, y'all want this guy?
Don't take no damn good.
Jeter knew what he was doing.
He knew what he was doing. Jeter called the bill. No, we ain't gonna pay him.
So y'all think the Yankees will go far at all, or?
No, I'm gonna be honest. Game one is telling. If Cole gets him off to a good start,
first of all, let's be realistic. The Yankees came into the season. You know, obviously it was before COVID. Everybody's like the Yankees, because last year we was one win away from getting to the World Series. Like, so the expectations this season was supposed to be what it is. Obviously, we fell really short of those expectations.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
so all the pressure is on the Yankees right now. Cleveland, there's a lot less pressure. First of all, they got Bieber pitching tomorrow.
And I think
he's a Cy Young winner.
Yeah, like I think he's on one of those. He's having one of those seasons where it's gonna be for the ages. It's gonna make it like he's making history right now. If he comes out and shuts the Yankees out tomorrow, this is the best shot the Yankees have to win. Is the first game. After the first game, the pitching don't match up.
Yeah, I would have to see the Yankees out.
Because every Yankee fan, as far as I realize, every Yankee fan in the beginning of the season was hyped on our bullpen. Our bullpen has not looked good.
Underperformed this year.
Yeah, that's not looked good. Besides like Chapman and what's the name? Nobody else looked good.
The crazy thing is, I haven't even seen Chapman pitch this year. That's how, and you know I love the Yankees. That's how much, like, I just can't watch. Like, if basketball and football is on, I can't watch them.
Yeah.
I can't. Yesterday I tried, and then the way this last week they getting shut out, losing 5. They're like, who the hell wants to see that? You know, they got. What's his name was kicking their ass? Miami kicked their ass like damn near swept the series.
They went 2-6 in the last 8 games.
Nobody season. Yeah, versus nobody's too.
Bro, it was horrible.
You gotta tell me I watched a couple of those duds.
I couldn't do it. I'm telling you, I watched my first Yankee game.
I stopped betting
last week. I texted y'all guys, and I was like, yo, this is disgusting. I couldn't do it. Like Bo said, yo, without the fans in the stadium, it threw me off.
We might be a long way from that.
I'm not saying we're not. I'm just saying it's not the same. It's not the same production on TV.
Well, so you think? Do you think it affects the hitters, the players?
Oh, of course. It depends who you are, obviously, because it makes, to me, you know how in New York, you come to New York and some players just can't play in New York. Without the fans,
Sonny Gray.
I think some of them players can play in New York because now I don't have that pressure. People yelling at me, throwing whatever.
Listen, next year we go all the way back to filling the stadium. New York's just taking 1 year off of this because of COVID. Fans coming back. In the NFL, they're already talking about how they're gonna be a lot more fans in. Like,
I'm gonna be honest with you, the NFL does not need them. Let's say as far as money and jobs, yes.
Money.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about
the game is just as entertaining.
That's what I'm saying.
This is
entertainment value. Entertainment value. NFL, like if you watch a true NFL game, like you don't even realize there's no fans in stadium until you wait for like field goals or whatever.
Well, basketball do it.
I don't necessarily agree. If you're a New York fan, you need the fans. You need them to throw the bill on the field, like because if you're a New York fan, right?
I'm talking about viewership.
I'm just talking about if you're a Jets fan. If you're a Jets or Giants fan, right now is a bad time. You shouldn't want to go to no game.
Did you?
Just because I went to New York, that
you save some money.
Yeah, you save the money.
And this is exactly what I'm trying to say. You see how we started with basketball. We tried to start with basketball. We went to football immediately. Then we do football for a minute, and then we tried to go to baseball, and then we go back to football. It's because it's not entertaining.
I want to get y'all take on something.
Yes.
What do y'all feel about Doc Rivers being fired?
He got fired. Nah, they quit talking about it. No, he's done. He's done. He's
That's
no
what
longer
I'm
a Clippers
saying.
coach.
How do you feel about how do you feel?
That's the biggest news today, right now.
I'm
talking
about it all together.
I
missed that.
I think if y'all didn't start talking about
Get
basketball,
into that.
so
Yes, how do you like this? I want to get y'all take on it. That's why when I seen it, I was like, oh wow.
To me, I'll be okay. This is my opinion on coaching. I don't see black coaches, and this is a general statement, as X and O guys. I don't see them as tacticians that say, okay, this is da. I think black coaches pretty much are mentors and keep the team and morale together, keep the balance of power where it needs to be, subs, rotations.
You know that?
No, seriously.
Are you saying majority or every?
I'm speaking generally, right? Compared to a guy in Boston, that guy in Boston, where he and Spoelstra, like these guys to me are these are tactical coaches. Like they're drawing plays, they're running things. Like they come out the break and they're scoring because they know. You know what I'm saying? They know. I just don't see black coaches in the league on that. So. Can they do better than Doc Rivers? Absolutely. I just see Doc Rivers as just kind of like their godfather. He keeps a good team. He's a good veteran coach. A good veteran team coach.
yeah, Doc Rivers. I don't know
who you go to after
They have to go. They got to consult with. Everything's about Hawaii over there, so they got to go to Hawaii.
To me, yeah, that's a fact.
What do you do? I'll tell you what you do. You try to poach homeboy from Toronto.
He just signed an extension.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
He just signed an extension. He's my only upgrade. There's only certain upgrades better than Doc Rivers that's in the league right now. It's not too many coaches.
I honestly don't understand why the guy doesn't have a job, if he doesn't want it or they're just not looking at him. But other than Doc Rivers, I like Mark Jackson. I know you were going to say Mark Jackson. And I was going to say Mark Jackson. But again, and the only reason I think I think the Knicks should have had Mark Jackson.
Knicks should have had him.
But Knicks should have had him.
But my thing is,
you can never get nobody good. We get everybody on their way out.
The Steve Nash hire is great. I like it. That's a great hire right there. Because his IQ is just special.
Yeah,
it's IQ, basketball IQ.
I don't have a problem with Steve Nash. I don't have a problem with that hire. I don't. I would have preferred to see Mark Jackson.
I don't know. Listen,
for Brooklyn, just as the cultural center of New York right now.
Right? With Doc going, right? My personal opinion, I honestly feel like it was a clash between him and the higher ups, between personnel, who stays and who goes. To me, I think that's where it's at and why he chose to leave. Maybe because he either couldn't get rid of certain pieces or certain pieces he wanted to stay, they weren't with because they probably didn't want to hold that.
When you say that, who do you think the pieces are?
I think Paul George needs to go.
He gotta go.
He's not English, but he's not worth it. He's not worth it. He hasn't shown up ever since.
You know what? Paul George needs to go to a team like the Knicks now. And go rework his whole career. Go to the Knicks.
Seriously. Why do you have to get lost in the Knicks?
Because you know why? He's too high profile He's not as good as they make him out to be.
Yes, he is.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
I said that, and I got
Why do you think he's that good?
Right.
He went, listen, 5 years ago, he was really good. 5 years ago, yes.
You're not taking into accountability, right? When he was on Indiana, he had great playoff numbers.
That was 4 or 5 years ago.
But when he was at Oklahoma, y'all talking about the game where he shot 1 for 14. The game before that, he had 44. Like, listen, like, that's a problem. Some days you're off. It ain't there.
But he's off the whole. He's off.
He might have had one game.
If you look at his stats, he might have one game.
The game at OKC when they went home, right? He had 44 the game before that. But all people want to remember is Paul George.
Paul George is the worst number 2 in the league.
No, he's not.
He's in all of for the best teams. He's the worst number 2.
I just felt like
So tell me,
you never carry since. So you're gonna tell me a question. Let me ask you a question. You think the tandem of Paul George and Kawhi Leonard is better than LeBron and AD? You're better than Westbrook and Harden?
No.
But that's what I'm saying.
They're better than Westbrook and Harden.
That team.
I disagree. I just don't think that
2 small forwards as their best players. I just don't like it. It worked in Toronto somehow with George, with Kawhi and
He's out.
at the end of the day,
but that's I just don't like 2 small forwards.
at the end of the day, it worked definitely in Toronto for numerous reasons. The main reasons, though, is those players that were put to help Leonard be who he is, they played their role and they excelled at it. Yeah. When it was time for them to hit those key shots,
they hit it.
They hit it. That's the big difference between
and that's what
LA Nets.
That's what Bubba's saying. Paul George doesn't do that.
No, but I agree.
Consistent
I feel
enough.
like maybe that's what Jock probably threw out there. Like maybe we need to get rid of Phil. We don't got no first round. We don't have anything. So they got to give up pieces, or probably to get back over the salary cap, and certain pieces he wanted back.
So do you think that they're worried about being over the salary cap?
Not in LA.
They want to win the championship.
They want to win better, but with this pandemic going on and the money, different from stadium revenue opposed to, just TV revenue, it might play a role. I have no idea where that owner is sitting at, right now.
Who would you trade for George right now if you could?
Nobody. That contract is kind of crazy.
Well, no, I'm just saying if you could, if you were GM, you could fix the Clippers. What would you do?
I think they have problems within each other. Like listen, sometimes, like it's the same problem I had with Boston when they were losing. It's like when the game on the line, they don't know who the best player is. But deep down in their soul, they know who the best player is.
So give them the goddamn ball.
Give them the goddamn basketball. Like, listen, you gotta speak to these guys. Like, you heard stories about people thought they were just as good as Paul George. No, they're not. Lou Williams is not Paul George. Good player.
He also tanked. That's what
I'm saying.
He's a
They
disappointment.
didn't win. All y'all see is Paul George.
No.
The 6 man got outplayed.
Harrell?
Yeah, got outplayed the whole series.
He came back off an injury. He didn't
come back off injury. Ty, he was like he had a family emergency. That's why he wasn't there.
He never got back in rhythm.
But listen, they never had the time to really play together.
And you know another thing why I say what I don't like about that whole situation, and which is why I'm kind of happy that Doc is gone. You can't have your best. I hate teams that got their best players on the fucking bench. Lou Williams is better than Shamet and Bevan. He should be starting. This whole idea that I gotta have your best players should be starting.
Yeah, but he made his career coming off the bench.
Yeah. That's the truth.
And then you have him close out at the end.
Yeah, you got two guys like that.
But it's still got a minute, bro.
I don't like teams that.
No, you say put the 5 best players
on the floor and go hammer. Like you got Landry and all these guys starting. The other teams taking advantage of that.
and this is why you're saying that it's not strategy, but some of it is strategy. You're saying that Doc was not about strategy, but strategy is, all right, I'm not going to start this player, even though he might get more points than this player or he's better than this player, because I know he excels in a backup role, in a 6-man off the bench role.
You can't
that's strategy.
Harold starting versus yes, he's gonna play those type of minutes. But if he goes
he can't start. You got Paul George there.
Everybody team.
And he's undersized as a power forward. But I'm saying they got weird parts. They need to fix this.
And there was rumors too once their season ended that people was complaining that Paul George was getting pampered and crazy treatment opposed to everybody else. But he wasn't performing as good as everybody else.
I think they need to break up that team personally.
No, they'll go to the finals next year.
I'm not gonna say they need to break them up. Somebody needs to.
Paul George.
Honestly,
Paul George needs to look inside himself and say, "Am I the Paul George that I'm supposed to be, or am I the Paul George that's
to me? What made that team even look like it could work the most was the coach. To me, you bring in Doc Rivers with Kawhi. You got a chance. Those two played with anybody, I think, had a chance. But now you take the coaching experience and knowledge out of it. Who do you go to? Because coaching is key, man. We see a lot of these coaches.
You know what's funny though? In New York, he was trash, but I wouldn't be opposed if you send Fizdale over there. He might do good work with them, man.
They run right over Fizdale.
Yeah.
Southern coaches can't go. Listen, if they getting special treatment from that,
that's
you can't put a burger. You can't put a burger.
Yo, you just mentioned Fizdale. I haven't even thought about it ever since the Knicks got rid of him.
But he's actually a good coach. But the Knicks used him though. They used him. They knew they were going to be terrible. Like listen, you're not drafted low. You're not drafted.
That was New York ownership. That wasn't. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, but Egypt, they used him. Like he was like, yo, listen, we just gonna give you some money for 2 years, but you're gonna get fired. Like, listen, that's what New York do.
Yeah.
They don't have a plan.
So this is a bigger question. What is wrong with New York sports? What is
the money? The money.
What is wrong with New York sports?
It's not New York sports.
It's always not the owner.
It's us. It's us as people. Us as people. I'm gonna tell you why. People still go to the games when they know they're going to lose. Like, when you come to these New York games, you already know your team is going to lose. If we stop going, they'll play better.
But this is what I'm... And what I want to tell you is P's kind of close to the reason, but it's money. And it's kind of behind what P's saying. In New York, it doesn't matter who you put on the floor, who you put in the outfield, who you put in as quarterback. The ownership is always, the franchises are always going to continue to make money. The fans in New York are going to watch their teams. They're going to go to games no matter how bad they are. The Garden in general, let's just go with the Knicks. They have been a dumpster fire since you were like, I don't know.
They don't even show their players.
They don't even try anymore. Because Dolan knows he's going to get paid.
Patrick was the last great Knick, right?
People that don't even live in New York.
He's the last great Knick until Carmelo retired, right?
Don't talk about Melo.
But look how they beat Melo.
That's my point. That's my point. What's wrong with New York? To me, the problem with New York is they're too political. They're too political. These owners are afraid of black players that have an opinion. They're afraid of bringing them. They don't bring in guys that are not going to. They're worried about the media. How's this guy going to handle the media?
No, bro.
Absolutely.
I disagree. I respectfully disagree with you.
Odell Beckham. Anytime they get a guy they can't handle.
Didn't have any political.
They can't, but it's about handling them. If they can't handle you, if you don't fall in line, they get rid of you.
Bro, and it's not, but that's not about, that's not about policy. It's not, that's not politics. What did
Eli Manning? How many years?
What I'm saying to you, bro, listen, come in here and say, bro, let's be realistic.
Because he handled the media.
Eli Manning was a viral Roger on the video. Eli Manning continued to play for your franchise.
He sucked.
It doesn't matter, bro.
That's the whole point. It should matter. That's exactly the point, Eddie.
No, it's the point.
You see, you pointed it out. You pointed it out. No, it's not. You pointed it.
No,
it is the point.
This is the problem. This is the what you guys don't understand. The Giants, and this is what I'm not a Giants fan, you know that. I'm a Jets fan. But at the end of the day, the Mara family, for all their faults, they respected loyalty. Loyalty is loyalty. And I hate loyalty. This is about winning. Win games. And that's what I'm trying to tell you. In New York, it's all about winning. It's about money. What happened? That's the problem. We said, what is the problem? And that's what I'm telling you. Loyalty. It's not politics. You said it's politics. It is. Loyalty is politics. It's money. Loyalty. No, it's money. Loyalty. No, it's money. Because you know what? Manning went out there, played every game, $30 million a year. The worst line in football for how many years? He's a high player with the players. Yes. But high player playing in New York is not compared to what they were playing. They were playing other people. Stop it. He's the second richest quarterback in NFL history.
Again, I just want to say my point, and I'm sticking to it. It's still Dolan. Dolan's still a problem. I don't care what y'all say.
It's money. Dolan makes money. The Maras still makes money.
Here's my point, right?
It's money.
Dolan's been probably the longest standing owner in New York history, right? Other than the Yankees. No. The Yankees said it. And remember, Dolan owned the Giants. Right, the Mara family. Yeah, the Mara family. The Mara family. Dolan been there, but I'm still Dolan. Remember, he always guys. It don't matter what Madison Square Garden. The seats filled. New York gonna still fill the seats. It's Dolan. Until we do something about Dolan, what you don't understand? If you know Dolan, Dolan's going to realize, listen, if they don't play, they're going to boycott. If you know Dolan, it's about ego for Dolan.
What I'm saying.
Carmelo went out there on the ESPYs and talked about Black Lives Matter. The very next day, the New York Knicks decided to make Porzingis the face of the franchise, and they destroyed that team. That team, Melo, Porzingis, bringing players, find a point guard. They could have kept New York in basketball, but they didn't want to part from that point. They want to get rid of him. They want to tear it up. Porzingis wasn't ready. And you even told him, listen, this is my mentor. Don't get rid of him. He's not the enemy. Keep him. I'll be number two.
He can help.
You see him in Dallas, he likes being number two.
Yeah. I think more so than anything, also in New York, he knew there was a lot of pressure with the media, but more so than anything,
why do you get rid of Odell?
Why? Somebody.
What did Odell do?
He had somebody that could help him.
Can Warren be traded?
It's not that. It's, again, what I'm going to tell you is, again, it's about money. And the reason I say that as far as Odell is, they paid him the money. They had the money.
And they wanted him to fall in line.
No, it wasn't about falling in line, bro.
Okay, tell me.
That was a piece of it. All right, I don't want to totally denounce your thing. What I'm saying to you is, yes, he did fall in line, but it was more than anything, what do? We take them, we pay him, we know how good he is, and then we take that and we get the money back for him, and then get draft picks.
Be quiet. No,
I'm telling you.
Be quiet. They got rid of Odell because Odell said Eli is not it. I'm too good to be wasting my years with a guy that's underthrown.
Yeah, he never said that, bro. But that's the whole. He never said that.
He did.
He did it. No, he did it.
Are you kidding me?
He was outspoken.
That was the whole point of it. He was outspoken. But he never mentioned Eli. Because again, Odell had loyalty.
Nobody wanted to.
Odell had loyalty.
Indirectly.
Odell got hurt. See, you guys gotta. Hey, I'm agree for me when he talked about Eli. He did not.
When he got hurt,
did not.
Right? He did not. It was from an Eli Manning overthrow pass, and he got hit and got clipped and missed the rest of the season. From that point on, he was pissed off at Eli because this is what I'm talking. He's like, this is the guy puts them in bad situations.
You know why you're wrong? What happened was, and I'm not even a Giants fan, I know this. Odell was mad at ownership and the GM. He was mad at them because he's like, yo, Eli's throwing these passes because we have the worst line in the league. Eli something to protect
He
him.
never said one thing about no damn line. Nobody ever complained. None of the Giants complained about. Eli was protected. They protected Eli. Eli Manning.
They protected him now on the field.
Was hot garbage. Eli Manning.
How many years was it? How many years?
Instead of going downfield, you got Odell Beckham. You keep dumping off 3-yard passes to Saquon Barkley or whoever you're.
Why, bro? Because you can't hold the ball.
No, because he's short.
You have no time.
No. You know what? We need to get Odell on this show so he can tell you personally.
And what we need
Eli was trash. And because
I'm not saying that Eli was trash. What I'm saying to you is loyalty is loyalty. As bad as Eli was, he was the Iron Man. He got hit and got hit and got hit.
It's about winning. It's about winning. Look at his record.
Wins. Eli. I'm not saying Odell. Does Odell look sad when Cleveland was winning shit? Even though they had Juice, they had Baker Mayfield, they had what's the name in the backfield, and they had Odell. They didn't win shit. And was he complaining? No.
Already been through it. Hey, he did do it already.
It wasn't about.
It wasn't about Eli. It's totally about Eli. It's totally.
You just have a.
It's
I'm not looking at Eli bad or good. I'm looking at
Eli stayed way past his time. Way past his time.
Money. It was money.
Way past his time.
You're giving Eli too much credit.
I'm not giving Eli any credit.
You're giving him too much credit.
You keep thinking like I'm saying Eli was a good quarterback. I didn't say he was good. What I said to you was why the Giants kept him. I didn't say he was good.
And that's what's wrong with New York sports. You got to
talk about
keep players.
Because if you keep a player over his time period, right? You see how they say Belichick cut guys a year before?
That's why they win.
That's why they win, right? Like, listen,
he has no loyalty, but everybody loves him.
You being too loyal.
You're over loyal.
I'm not
to the demise of your own franchise.
Listen to what I'm saying.
That's why Belichick is too
all right, can I get you to be quiet for one time?
Gotta go.
Can I get y'all to be quiet one time and just listen to this? Listen. All right, bro, be quiet for 1 minute.
And just Tom Brady.
Listen what I'm saying to you. I'm not going to talk about Bill Belichick. What I'm going to talk to you about.
Eli is no Tom Brady.
So we can clear this up and we don't argue. I want to clear this up. What I want to clear up is I always have this problem, right? What my thing is, I don't think in terms of who I like, who I dislike. I'm not thinking in terms. I'm not saying who's better, who's good. Listen before you talk. What I'm saying to you is that's not what I'm here talking about. The question was, why does New York sports suck? And me being who I am, I always think I am a logical guy. I'm thinking numbers, I'm thinking money, I'm inside the box with it. I'm not thinking, does this player is good or bad or whatever. That has no bearing on the question. The bearing on the question is, the answer to the question is, why does New York, the question of why does New York sports suck, the issue is because we have so much money. We don't care if the fans dislike, if the players dislike, we don't care. We do what we want because ownership has the money. And where do they get the money? Because the fans continue to go to the game.
Right. I accept that.
So I'm not saying Eli was bad, good. I'm indifferent.
I got you. And
that's why I got attacked and said you give too much credit. I'm not giving any credit.
No, that's where it went. But now we understand what you're saying. The other issue is that because ownership sucks so bad, and because ownership can't relate to young black players, a lot of NBA players don't want to come to New York and deal with ownership. Kevin Durant is a prime example. He didn't want to deal with the Knicks ownership because of the way they handle young black men. Yeah. You see, everyone wants to go to the Mavericks and be with Mark Cuban because he takes care of his players. He treats them like men. In New York, you got to shave your beard. You got to do that. Come on, man. These are grown men. Why do the Yankees have such a stupid, archaic rule? shave your face.
But don't do that. Don't do that. But don't do that.
You got kids. I got 5, 6 kids. You telling me what to do with my face? You hear?
But can I tell you something? On me? Yeah, but regardless of that, bro. You can't talk about this. I'm not saying it's not.
Why you gonna talk grown ass man how to fucking come out of his house?
I'm not
making $20 million.
I'm not talking about that. Let's be realistic. Let's not talk about the Yankees because the Yankees have consistently win.
And what was the last? Let me tell you something.
The Steinbrenners run their business good.
No, listen. The last no, they don't. They haven't won shit in a while. Let me tell you why they haven't won shit. Because
last year we was one game away from getting.
You didn't win it though.
But we still have.
You didn't win it.
Listen, y'all got to
Let me tell you something.
Championship or bust. You don't go to the championship.
Let me tell you something.
But don't tell me how to lose the season.
Ever since the Yankees,
you're a Mets fan. You can't talk about winning
Sheffield. That was the last dog they brought in here. Gary Sheffield. Yankees are no part of players that they got, but these guys can play. Davis Justice. These guys were prime time. These guys were the ones that won us those championships. We stay far away from those guys.
Really?
Yes.
We did?
Yes.
We did?
Yes. CC.
And how long did we keep him, brother? You nuts? How long did we keep him? CC was prime New York. He was going to trade on New York.
You're paying him $30 million a year to can only get you 12 wins.
What I'm trying to tell you, bro, don't say you did. What I'm trying to explain to you is, really, if that was the case, we would have traded, what's the name?
You see what the Miami Heat got in what's his name?
Spencer.
Eric Spencer.
Oh, you took
No. Who's their dog? Who's Butler. This is what you need on a championship team. The Yankees, New York team, stay away from guys like that. They don't like it. It rattles their cage. They get intimidated. They don't like it.
Shout out to Jimmy Butler too, man. That came there with a person.
He's a dog, a personality. He wants to win.
Jimmy Butler's at an all-time.
Absolutely. New York is exactly, and that's why. That'll be why New York played New York.
I'm down here with business. This ain't us coming back. I'll see them when the season's over. That's right.
Listen. No, but you telling me like
New York stay away from dogs. This is my point.
What I'm saying to
stay
you
away from
all
black
I was telling
men
dogs
can't handle. And these black men are really competitive guys that win championships.
I agree.
And until they're ready,
don't tell about the Yankees.
The Yankees don't go after no black guys, yeah? They don't.
Listen, man,
they go get the Dominicans and the half-white guys. That's what they do. That's the Yankees' MO. Period. The Yankees
me and Ty gonna stay out.
So you're gonna tell me
the back and forth from y'all?
That's what they do. Name the last African American on the Yankees. Name them.
the last one they
straight up African American guy on the Yankees. Name him. He's either Dominican. Okay, see, name one after that. Either Dominican or he's mixed.
I understand what you're saying, but can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Do the Yankees not go after whatever top prospect they can? They don't matter how much the contract.
Who's that guy that left Boston that signed with the Dodgers?
Mookie Betts.
You talking about Mookie Betts?
They didn't go after him.
Yeah, one they just Mookie Betts didn't want to come to the Yankees.
They didn't go after him.
They ain't go after him.
They didn't go after
Mookie Betts.
All right, let's be honest. Why did they? Why did they?
You tell me.
Because of the contract with Stan.
Please.
Let's be realistic. You're looking at money.
Hey, okay, so who's making more money, Gerrit Cole or Mookie Betts?
Gerrit Cole.
They made
Gerrit Cole.
They found the money to pay him, right?
Of course. But what did they do? What did they do?
I ain't gonna lie, pitching wasn't.
What did they do? They needed pitching. They needed pitching. We don't need any more hitters. We don't need any more hitters.
The guy the Mets took from the Blue Jays was out there, Stroman.
Yeah, but
what happened?
But at the end of the day, Gerrit Cole was the best pitcher in besides.
Stroman is better to get into the number two.
Before
is grown than anybody else.
Gerrit Cole was the best pitcher in the MLB.
Okay, well, you got AJ and all these hats and. You don't tell me Stroman could have been the number two after Cole?
But, bro, you act like you're not a Yankee fan since you was a kid. You go for the
I'm tired of teams
that we could get. We couldn't get
the black guy.
We tried to get at some point. We talked to the Mets about the ground. Send him over.
He ain't black.
Send him over. Send the grandma that needed it.
His question is why they don't
They
ever
shy
black
away
talent.
from dogs.
That's what he said. He's saying black talent. He said
They
why
shy
are they
away
not?
from dogs.
He said why
I'm not saying they don't shy away from that. But
Amari started. I mean, it's just like they constantly just do stupid
the
things.
thing about
Amari
the
and Melo could have been together. You had to get rid of them. Like you had to break that up. Why?
I don't know why, but that was retarded to me. Yes, I agree with you.
They wouldn't let him play. Amari was healthy on the bench. Melo needed his power forward. They wouldn't play him. What is it with New York? It's like we don't want when Amari. Everybody go to Boston. But Amari and Melo was here. Way much more racist town, but they want to win.
No, Amari and Melo were here.
they treated
Who was the
players
coach? Who was the coach, man? Who was the coach?
gotta give him that.
Who was the coach? Amari and Melo. Who was their coach?
Amari and Melo. That was the black guy, Duke Dobson.
Nah, that was Dan Tony.
No, it was right after the it was Woodson and D'Antoni era. That was two monkeys.
And okay, so why didn't they play them together? Because that's not their style. You know who D'Antoni is. D'Antoni is that run and gun and no defense. So as many points as he can.
But he's doing it. He did it in Houston. He traded away the big man. All he wants is to shoot. But Mark can't jump shots.
But that's what I'm trying to tell you. So you acting like they didn't.
Even that kid, what was his name? He went to Indiana. Indiana, with the dreadlocks.
Yeah,
I won't play neither.
I remember what you talking
But
about.
they would throw Jared Jeffries in my face all goddamn day. With 6 points, three rebounds, and 2 assists in 40 minutes.
Yes, I agree. What I'm saying to you is that New York sports.
I got another one for you. How about the point guard from the small school? Man, they would never let the kid play. No, he was a point guard. Oh man, he was like from this small school, and we had Prigioni and Calderon, and they would not let this guy get to see the floor.
I think I'm trying to remember.
He was from I can't remember the name of the school. It's the same school that Van Fleet came from. All of these guards were coming out of there. Where did Van Fleet go? Somebody look it up. Where did Van Fleet go?
He went to a small school.
They came up in the NCAA and started winning. Like they started going to
nobody like Van Fleet didn't get drafted. I was surprised.
Yeah, you see that same school. The Knicks had a
I like Van Fleet.
No, but the Knicks, the guy that played right before Van Fleet was who I'm talking about. He graduated right before Van Fleet took over. That same school. But it's just that same. They don't want to win. They rather have these guys go out there.
I don't think it's not that they don't want to win. I don't think they don't care if they win or lose because they're making the money. New York sports are going to continue to make money. Until they don't, it doesn't matter to them.
Wichita State.
What I'm saying is they continue to make money. They continue to make money. The Jets have been consistently bad for forever. And why? People still will go and watch the Jets play every game. MetLife Stadium. How is it? Question for you, Bub, and for the rest of you guys. MetLife Stadium costs damn near or more than some of these new stadiums that they just made. And it's still horrible. The turf sucks. They didn't want to put the roof on it because nobody wanted to pay.
That's New York.
Bro.
So the question is, does New York suck?
Yes, because of the money. The money just, it doesn't matter.
We suck.
Because look, you said
let's
you
fresh.
You brought up what's the name? You brought up the Mavericks.
Yeah.
And everybody wants to go there.
Yeah.
Their owner, he makes his money everywhere else. Why does he own that team? Because it's his passion. That's why he has passion. That's why he plays. He's like, yo, he's there. What do you need? How do I help you? Even for when we had the pandemic, what did he do? He said, I'm still going to pay the people that work in concessions, and I'm going to help them out because it's about passion for him. New York is not passion. Don't doesn't have passion for basketball.
So what's the future of New York sports? Where do you see this?
We're going to be terrible until we're all about 60. And, no, listen. Like, I don't know.
I think the Nets are going to be good next year.
No. I'm good. Like, listen, Brooklyn Nets will contend.
Kyrie and Durant.
And
It's gonna give us a lot to talk about.
I think the Nets are going to be good. I think the Yankees again are going to be good.
But that's all we got.
If you look at the Nets with the talent they have, without playing Kyrie and Durant, you add that to the mix. There's no reason why that team doesn't have one of the best records.
Yeah, good being. But you gotta see how
and they got pieces that fit, you know.
You gotta see how Durant comes back.
Man,
Two, you gotta see how Kyrie comes back. Kyrie been hurt the
Kyrie's
last 3 to 4 years.
but they got deal with it.
So I got a question.
That's what I'm saying. Like, listen, bro.
Are you a New York fan or are you still a Knicks fan?
I don't do organized teams anymore. It's all about DraftKings.
So you don't have a personal. So you're not a Yankees fan anymore?
No, I'm gonna be rooting for the Yankees.
So do you? All right. So
But like it's the days of me going out there buying a jersey and painting my face blue and wearing a Yankee hat, dead.
So you,
I ain't doing that for none of these people.
so you're not doing it for any team?
No team.
So okay. So
I'm a rising team. That's it.
So let me ask you a question. My question.
Maybe the Nets.
Because I know you're a sports guy, you love sports, and you rep for your teams in New York.
Yeah.
Or you used to rep
I
for your
used
team.
to, yeah.
So my question is next year, and yes, it's hypothetical, so don't kill me. Next year, the Giants out there, they're looking exquisite because Saquon comes back. They do something with Danny Dimes or whatever his name is. You know what I'm saying?
I watch them now because I want them to be okay. Like, listen, when they got rid of Odell, I hated the Giants. See, I hated them. So I rooted for them to lose when they got rid of Odell.
So
I'm past that.
So what about the
2 years
man
removed?
Saquon, which is the best player on the
2 years removed. I want them to do good. But I'm not gonna be like a Giants fan again. Like I'm not gonna. I'm a Giant. No, I'm not doing that no more. That's done.
That's my problem with me in the Mets though. When they got rid of Jose Reyes that time, they kept David Ray. They showed
That's the case. I should have felt like that about the Jets when they got rid of Jamal Adams.
Yeah, you should.
You should.
No, but if the Giants go out there and get Louis Riddick as their GM, I might come back as a fan. You know, because look, we just want them to make sound decisions. Don't have black men out there available and just act like they don't exist and hire people like Adam Gase and all these shrubs.
No, but the Giants, they did. They went and did something that nobody expected them to do. They drafted a black man, second overall, Saquon Barkley.
They drafted a running back and Saquon had none of it. I mean,
but he was not.
They didn't want. They didn't want to draft a replacement for Eli, so they wasted it on a running back. Everyone knew we needed a quarterback.
And they did. They did something that nobody else wanted to do. Don't act like they didn't have two picks in the first round, bro. They went and they got Saquon. Then what did they do? They got Danny Dimes.
Was that the same year?
No. My bad.
Saquon was number 2 overall.
They get Danny Dimes if you got Saquon.
What? No, that was the year of.
They did draft.
They didn't get both of them the same year.
No, that was the year. The year Saquon came out.
They drafted a quarterback.
It was Baker
Mayfield.
And Sam Darnold.
No, Darnold was with Danny Dimes.
No, brother. Trust me, because I was happy when y'all picked Saquon.
All of them came out.
And Saquon all came out the same year.
And the guy from Buffalo.
Yes, Josh Allen.
And there's another quarterback.
Wilson.
Yeah, he's done.
I'm gonna call you back.
So at the end of the day, Saquon was the best pick out of all of those people when you look back at it. Outside of
I'm talking about
defensive.
I'm talking about quarterbacks. Though.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
Even the best offensive player is the best offensive.
Yes. But the Giants needed a quarterback.
And that's my point.
They needed a quarterback 2 or 3 years before that. That's long story short, that's an whole other topic.
But that's what I'm trying to tell you. They created a whole storm behind drafting a black running back instead of a white.
All the running backs are black, so they don't get no credit for that. That's just what it is.
Christian McCaffrey?
But he's a
He's the only white one ever.
Listen, and he's good.
And he's amazing. He's a Hall of Famer.
Yes, he is. Can't take that away from him.
Can't take it, baby. You know what I'm saying? I would love to have this Christian McCaffrey. Yeah, in fact, he's the son of a former Giant. And McCaffrey.
Right.
And McCaffrey's son. So it would have been great to have. You know.
So you would have took him over Saquon?
Right now, he's better than Saquon.
No.
Yes, he is.
No, he is.
No. He has a better.
No,
he has a better.
He's better than Saquon, period. Saquon got to go in there and put the numbers up. You can't say Saquon is better than Christian McCaffrey. Nobody is in the game right now. Period. Nobody.
They are game playing for.
And he does it. He catches, he runs, he does it day in, day out. Period. You can't even front on him. It's not even a question.
I love Christian McCaffrey. I think he's amazing.
But
So all I'm saying is that if they were in this, if the roles were reversed, situations were reversed, would Saquon be as good or better than McCaffrey? That's what I'm trying to say.
I think their physical skills are comparable.
I don't know.
I think Saquon is probably stronger.
Yes.
Like a bounce off attack.
Yes. And what I'm saying is, if you can give me a line that can create them holes, I'm gonna produce. I'm gonna run.
What I'm saying is,
I'm gonna catch up the backfield.
What I'm saying is, if you're gonna rate Christian McCaffrey right now, he's damn near 99. It doesn't really get any better.
And what I'm saying to you is, as bad as the Giants are, is Saquon still a 99? Yes.
No.
Yes. Yes. Let's look at, and it sounds funny, but the Madden ratings the Madden raters, the people that rate the players in Madden, they do their research. They figure out.
But we're not saying we're not saying, but he's not.
They have him as high as Christian McCaffrey.
No.
Listen.
And you know me, I love
too, right? It's like
no, you got
someone that's steady, right?
Going to spade.
Like he's steady every game.
Dude,
Christian McCaffrey. Okay. You know what you're gonna get with him. Like Barkley is exposed for an 80-yard run once in the blue moon. But if you don't get one of those, you have a regular number.
Yeah, why? Well, why?
But you keep
the
making
team doesn't they don't
back.
play them the same way. We understand that. They don't. But you can't put him in the count. He just doesn't have anything you could put.
Does he have the potential? Yes, we have the potential.
Christian McCaffrey. Are we lying, brother Ty?
No, not at all. I feel like at the end of the day, the thing is though with McCaffrey and then Saquon is the experience. McCaffrey's here longer. He has experience. He knows certain things that he's going to face or, to help his game. Plus his coaches play towards that. The Giants, I don't know what they do out there. It's predictable every time. You can sit there as an avid NFL watcher and be like, oh, it's a pass.
They're going to run the ball. Yeah.
It's
the most dumbest nonsense.
Even with different head coaches, that's bad.
Oh, they went like Jason Garrett, the most predictable call of all time.
Yeah, so it's that's Garrett.
He's almost the quarterback.
You didn't know that? He's so horrible. He spoke about that before they got here.
No, I'm not talking about that. What I'm saying to you is, regardless of Jason Garrett, because don't act like Jason Garrett was in Dallas and he was winning games until last season.
Yeah, but Dallas had tremendous talent,
and that's what I'm trying to explain.
And they were still struggling.
No, bro.
And they struggled. What did Dallas win? They never beat nobody.
They were better than the Giants every year. They were better than the Eagles every year.
They were like 8-8, 9-7, 10-6, but they never. Dallas never was a dominant team in the NFL. They didn't dominate. They were never a dominant team. Not Jason Garrett's Dallas. I thought you were saying. So that's why I'm like, why would they go get Jason Garrett? Like, what is the point of Jason Garrett? And look now, Danny Dimes has regressed. Look at Danny from last year to this year. He's not the same quarterback. He's not the same quarterback. But we definitely got a great game on tonight. What are your final picks? KC? Hey?
Baltimore. Ray, I told you. I believe that. I honestly believe that he knows that that this is his last hurdle to get over.
What's the score? Prediction.
37-34.
I don't think that's going to be that high. I don't think that's going to be that high just because Baltimore has a killer defense. Their defense is amazing.
Never stop them from getting 30 or you don't stop them.
I look at the Ravens scoring like 38.
I look at the Ravens.
Kansas City 31. Like I see, that's garbage 31.
I'm seeing
Ravens beat
I'm seeing Kansas City as the victor tonight. I'm going against the grain against everybody else. And then my prediction is going to be a 42-39 finish.
Wow,
that's a lot of 39.
That's a
I'm saying you saying that? I'm saying it's closer to. I'm saying like 28 for Baltimore, 21 for Kansas City. I think it's going to be a low-scoring game. I think
it's definitely going to be a shootout. I think it's two. No, and that's the only reason. The reason why I think Baltimore's going to win because I really think that to win you can't allow Mahomes to quarterback. You have to allow him to do his best. Let him run. Why I feel Lamar has to run better. Why I feel it's going to be that is because right now you're looking at it. Other than my boy from Seattle. Russell Wilson. You have these two right now. This is an MVP campaign tonight for both quarterbacks. Who's going to come out victorious? To me.
So you ain't got the Buffalo Bills quarterback in there nowhere.
Right, and you got to have Aaron Rodgers in there too.
You got Aaron Rodgers on the Buffalo Bills.
At the end of the day, I am not combating with those, but I'm telling you, this type of showdown is one of those showdowns that determines when the MVP voting is going on.
Yeah.
Yo, that was a good game. And you know who came out
week, guys. What is it?
I still feel it's still one of those games.
Week 10.
How did you guys do your did y'all do any sports gambling this weekend?
I did a football pool, but I did horrible.
That Arizona, I had everything on deck. Arizona killed me. It's like every broke my back.
Kyler Murray too. You might have to put him in that.
I just lost, man.
I said that they're still playing good.
Yeah, you know what they did about that game?
I
actually watched it. The problem, what happened was it was 5 minutes left to go, and it was like 34. And he could have easily, and this is where coaching matters, yes, get the first down. You know what I'm saying? It's 3rd and 4. If nothing's open, use your legs. This boy drops back and throws a 50-yard pass downfield, incomplete.
What is that?
And they never get the ball back.
But why is that? He's still learning, bro.
But that's what I'm saying. That coach is where listen, it's 5 minutes left to go in the game. You score again, you put the game away. You're up 3. Score, game's over. You gotta get that first down. Why you throwing a 50-yard pass?
I agree with you 100%. What I'm trying to tell you is he's still learning. I'm still saying he played well. That's all I was saying. I didn't say they won.
That's what I said. Coaching. That's when the coach says, "Listen, you go out there and give me that first down. It's 5 minutes left. Let's get this win."
I'm sure they probably said that to him. Let's get the first down.
There's no way then he goes out and throws a 50-yard bomb.
No, not if he going for the down.
Exactly.
You gonna put the ball in the next break.
But that's what I'm saying. It wasn't the coaching that said. I'm sure he knew he had to get the first down. What it was they had to tell him, "This is the X and O's. I'm going to give you this outlet to make sure that's there. If you do not see anybody, don't throw it downfield." Over here.
That's what I said. That's coaching, man.
Right. The X and O's. What happened was I think that they left it up to him. You make your decision because you're the quarterback. No. You're still young in this game. This is what I want you to do. Unless you see something extreme to order ball out of, don't order ball out of it.
And Detroit just got down and
what do y'all feel about the NBA Finals? Do y'all got any predictions?
Predictions? I think Heat win Game 1 as usual, but does not mean they're gonna win this year. I can't pick against the Lakers. I picked against them the whole way, and it's not worked out.
Unfortunately, the Lakers between
LeBron and AD.
I
I appreciate LeBron. I don't hate LeBron, but yes, I still root. You respect him. Root against him.
You respect that.
He's a nice dude.
I respect him off the court.
I respect him.
I respect him on the court. I never came to the Knicks. I never came to the Knicks. I don't care about it.
I didn't like him before.
He never even came to the
I think he's grown
But
up.
you know what?
He's okay.
And you're not really a Knicks fan, are you? You are? I'm not all my life. Me and you really never really discussed that. But what I'm saying to you is, you're really a Knicks
team that did us wrong.
If you live in New York, you're a Knicks fan.
You want to see the Knicks win.
I'm going to tell you, Ty.
That's now you.
If you're sitting here saying that you don't respect LeBron,
I said I respect him off the court. What he does for just
no, I'm talking about as a player.
But as a player, hell no. He never chose the Knicks. He sat there, did that dumbass interview when he chose, had motherfuckers excited. He ain't coming in, and then he go to Mike.
I felt like you that first 2 years after that interview. I felt like you know what?
You can't deny his
How can
talent.
respect the man for his talent?
No, I can't deny his talent. But to respect him on the court, no, the hell with you. I'm talking shit to him just like Spike Lee and the rest of them.
But if you talk to Spike Lee and you watch interviews with Spike Lee, he respects him. Right?
So what's your prediction? I said I got Heat game 1. What you got, A?
I told you, I think the Lakers are going to win.
Game
I
one?
think they're going to win.
I got my bold prediction. You're going to hear it here after egg.
Okay.
Game 1. No, I think the Lakers win game 1. I think the Heat win game 2.
What you got, P?
I got Miami in 6.
Strong.
That's strong.
I like that.
That's strong, but I think the Lakers are 6, and I'm gonna tell you why. I think LeBron and them are gonna come out because they had a little bit more rest. So they you know what I'm saying? They're gonna come out. They're gonna surprise Miami. Then Miami the dog Jimmy Butler is gonna say no. I got LeBron.
That I was just gonna say that I think that could be the only thing that saves the Heat. Like they put Jimmy Butler on LeBron and he shuts LeBron.
That's what I'm thinking.
Here's my position. Really, is Miami, and I'm aside with the fact that not that, but also too, Iguodala had the most rest throughout the whole playoffs. He's been playing bare minimum minutes, and when they have faced off against those, he's been one of the main people. 5 for 5. He's been one of the main people contributing to keeping LeBron under wraps or as best as possible in clutch moments, let alone Eric Spoelstra. He played with LeBron. He knows the weaknesses and the strengths of this guy.
I'll give you a prime example.
It is what it is.
Some of the plays that the Lakers was doing to Denver. They'll do the pick and roll and get Joker on LeBron James, right? That's an athletic big on Miami. He ain't got no problem checking up. He ain't got no problem playing defense. That play won't work.
It won't work on him. He got to do it like
You have 3 great defenders. Like, listen, there's no easy buckets out there unless you go to the shooter.
Unless you go to AD. I think AD is going to probably average 35 or better.
For them to win, he has to average 35.
But it doesn't guarantee he's going to win. It doesn't guarantee.
But listen.
Yeah.
That's
a great lineup.
Like, Bam is a great defender. Like, you see block Jason Tatum jump on the way to the basket. Listen, he's a great. You're not just bullying him and playing bully ball with him. Listen, he's a great defender.
It only leaves one question, really, for me, because that's a great defensive lineup to me. Whether you go with Hero, who's been playing great as a rookie, or Project, the Dragon.
You go with the guy that's consistent.
You have not even a conversation. You have Crowder, you have Jimmy, you have Iguodala. Those 4 are definitely on the court defensively because they can rotate on multiple positions and still lock down perimeter or front on the post, but it's just a question of who they're going to play at that guard position, the extra guard to have out there to help with that rotation.
Get that conversation out of here. That is terrible.
That's just me.
That is terrible. So stand with the veteran, man. You're not going to throw the young lion in there. You're not going to throw Hero in there to start the finals.
No, I didn't say to start. I never said start.
Plus,
Robinson
played well.
Yeah, you're going to start.
I'm looking at it as a defensive team moment towards the end. Because towards the end, the crucial fourth quarter, 5-6 minutes left. Who do you run?
You gotta take Hero. You gotta take Duncan out for Hero in.
Listen, that's when you're trying to.
That's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about starting. I'm not talking about starting. I'm talking about crunch time. 5-6 minutes.
I play that $1 million showdown every time. And what happens is, Spoelstra, why he's a genius is he goes with the hot hair. If you got it, he'll stay with you. If you ain't got it, he goes to the next guy. So it's hard to predict what they're going to do because Spoelstra is going to make the adjustments that he needs to make.
And who knows LeBron better than him?
That he needs to make to, who's effective on the court. That he lets Duncan start, but he has no problem taking him out.
Yeah,
if Hero starts hitting early, Duncan, you still, Rob, stay on the bench.
And I'm gonna be honest with you, I really, like I really want to go against the Lakers. I really do, but I just don't see. Yes, they have Jimmy Butler. They have these young, hungry Lions in Hero and Bam. But you know what? Hold on. What I'm saying is, AD and LeBron are hard to stop. Forget the role players they got around them. They're hard to stop. When LeBron says, I need a basket, you can't stop him. There's nothing you can do. And AD is starting to get that confidence that he didn't have because LeBron's like, yo, I don't need to be that guy. You be that guy. I'm gonna help you out. When I know you're tired or I know you can't, I'll get the basket we need to get. But
can I cut you off for a second?
Hold on. What I'm saying to you is AD and him are hard to stop. And like I said, AD is getting that confidence that's getting him that fire. Look, he took that shot. He said, I'm gonna make it and I'm gonna take it, and he made it.
How dare you say AD wasn't that guy? Like he's starting to get that confidence. That is terrible.
No, he didn't have that confidence. No, it's different. I'm not saying he didn't have confidence himself. He has confidence that he has help. That's what I'm saying.
LeBron has confidence that he has.
That's
don't say that because LeBron took a non-help Cleveland to the finals and won.
Who are you saying has confidence?
I'm saying AD now knows. He now knows that help Cleveland. No, he now knows that I can be the man, but if I don't need to be the man, LeBron's the man. Like he has that balance now. He has trust. He didn't have that trust in New Orleans. He didn't. He didn't have nobody he could trust.
I think the Lakers. They got a lot of
LeBron has people he can trust in his years. He had Kyrie.
I don't like Danny Green. I don't like Kentavious Allen or whatever his name is.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, listen, I don't know.
Uzma can give him 20 in a game. That size, that'll be big. That's big. If Rondo comes out and has a complete game,
hold on. And that's exactly
a problem.
That's what I'm saying. Rondo, yes, he's not the Rondo, but he has amazing basketball intellect. Like it's amazing. I can't wait till Rondo gets older and becomes a coach.
Outside shots.
Rondo's basketball IQ is amazing.
But that's what I'm saying. You're saying outside shots. I don't think Miami's doubling anyone. I don't think they're doubling. I think they're going to guard up. Like, listen, I don't think they have to double. And that's what I want to see. Bam on Davis, Jimmy Butler, Crowder, Iguodala, or LeBron James, and just play basketball. We're hooping.
This is not a lot of glitz and glamour, but this is a very
good series. That's what I'm saying. Listen, I got 2 fouls. I ain't gotta come out the game. Crowder, you go get him then. You check him. Hey, Iguodala, you go over there for 5 to 10 minutes first. And that's the thing. Jimmy Butler don't gotta be on him the whole game. He's gonna take him when it matters. Yeah. He's gonna take him when it matters.
And that's the thing. The not scared of LeBron. Like, he's gonna stare LeBron down to his face and say, "Bro, I got you. Like, let's go."
Right, and I agree with you. I agree Jimmy Butler is not afraid of him. I agree Crowder is not afraid of him. We definitely know Iguodala is not afraid of him. But what I'm saying to you
LeBron is at his best when he thinks you fear him.
No, I disagree.
No, I agree so much because if you watch when LeBron plays people he respects, he doesn't go. When he played Melo, he didn't go after Melo.
Because Melo, he didn't. In my opinion, he didn't want to embarrass him.
Whatever it is,
he didn't want to embarrass him.
But what I'm saying is, if you stand up, he's not like LeBron. You know, if you show like, oh, it's LeBron, that's when he really comes with his full force over. When Jimmy Butler does his thing, man's up on him, LeBron. What's he gonna do? He's trying to shoot a jump shot. What's he gonna do? Try to go around him like. When you have to make LeBron think he's at his worst. He's at his best when he's just reacting, when he's just coming downhill, when he's just playing. But when you slow the game down and make him have to make decisions.
Listen, the only thing, like getting downhill on a regular team is great for LeBron James. Grabbing a rebound, going down court, getting a layup on that is great. That's the same thing Giannis do. LeBron just shoot a little better. But LeBron James can hit a three. You leave him open, he can make a three. But when it comes to getting the rebound and just running down the court, you don't get too many opportunities like that in Miami.
He got Bam will be down there waiting for him. Looking to block the shot.
Yes.
Bam will be down there. Bam's not going to be afraid of it.
And that's what, and I listen, they got the leader. I'm going to tell you that saying.
The weakness in the Lakers game to me is free throw shooting. Because a lot of times that wins the game, especially close games. You know, LeBron is a mediocre free throw shooter. But he gets to the line. He's not terrible. Look at the numbers. He's average. He's average.
To me, I think when they go Dwight Howard, AD, LeBron, that's when they're going to cause the biggest problem. Because Miami just don't have the height.
But I don't think Dwight Howard can play. If Miami's making shots, I don't think Dwight Howard or McGee can play. Because the bigs that come off the bench from Miami, they shoot threes.
Yeah.
Like, if they're making threes, Dwight ain't going out there. Dwight want to be in the paint with his elbows around. If they're making threes, but no, if they're making threes, they won't be in the game that long. It's all of Miami is making shots.
But that's what I'm saying. Dwight Howard is out there for defense. He's not out there for
he has to check a three-point shooter. There's a threes.
I feel like if Howard plays good, that'll be the X factor to me. Even though, like you said, Kuzma could give you 20 points, I think really and truly it'll be on how good Dwight Howard plays because, truth behold, Miami doesn't have too many bigs that can run. Now, it makes a matchup problem early in the game. And that's how the Lakers can get up. If Dwight Howard is dominant on that offensive rebounding boards.
Absolutely.
Because you're going to have Bam that check you. Then you're probably going to have Crowder check AD.
But let's face it,
but
Boston had no big men.
None.
They
were playing Houston Rocket basketball league.
They got no big men.
They were playing Houston Rocket basketball league.
And that's why I'm saying, as much as I want to see that matchup, Denver, I think they got exposed.
Two games that LA closed out, it was the offensive rebound or rebounding period to Denver's rebounding. They couldn't get no rebounding with second shot chances. They killed them on the second shot chances.
So that was mainly Dwight Howard. His purpose was to beat Joker up, beat him up the whole game, make him tired.
And they didn't tired.
And then he can't come.
They didn't do that until after game 4 when they realized Denver had an advantage against us. Let's put in Dwight Howard. Make him do
Dwight Howard, like McGee, don't have the offensive game. He's like a goofy basketball player.
He is.
Like he has this talent.
They had to check him on the analytics too.
Dwight Howard catch the ball, like he'll rebound and block.
You saw that little kind of hook shot he had last game.
He has glimpses of his old self, but that's Dwight Howard. He stays focused. They had to get
and when they're with him,
because he tried to play bully ball against. He tried to play bully ball against Joker. They coach said cut it out. It's not
Listen,
you.
listen.
We need you to be serious now.
When you
And
say
get to
glimpses
it.
of the old Dwight Howard,
What
do you mean?
Dwight Howard was dominant in that.
Dwight Howard used to put 20 and 12 regularly.
Easy.
He never had an
Easy.
offensive game, bro.
No, around the basket.
But he never developed the offensive game.
No,
Dwight Howard was always bigger than everybody.
And he abused it.
Like, he was athletic.
Like there's a difference between.
That's all they want him to do. Get glimpses of that.
Shaq had skill. Shaq developed skill.
Yeah, back to the basketball.
No, Shaq had moves as a big man.
But listen, Shaq had to go against Elijah Wan, Patrick Ewing, David Robinson. Shaq had to become who. They weren't going to allow Shaq to just be this big, brute. He had the greats around him, so he had to develop. Dwight didn't have that.
But he never developed a move, though, bro. Like to me, he was always the biggest guy on the court when he played, because when you're not, you have to develop a go-to move. You have to develop something that works. To me, he has never did that. Listen, he's still helping the Lakers, but he never reached where I thought he was going to be. Like, I thought Dwight Howard was going to be the next great center. I don't think he's a great center. I think he's a good NBA center.
Yeah, no, he fell off.
And it's not like
He's still, even with him falling off, if he can get you freaking 18 rebounds, 4 or 5 blocks, and then give you 10 points on a Lakers team like that, that's golden. But I'm just saying, right now,
listen, he's playing where none of that is counted on.
yeah,
He's playing on
no,
a
he
team
didn't believe that. The Lakers,
no, he's playing on a team where win or lose is not going to be blamed on Dwight Howard.
at the end
So
of the
whatever
day,
he gives you is extra, is a plus.
no. But that's what I'm
You're
saying.
not looking for no.
At the end of the day, we all know the game is based upon LeBron James and AD, hands down. But I'm saying for them to get off to a good start with a jump from somebody like Dwight Howard would be the key. Because at the end of the day, we should know that this is not going to be a high-scoring game. It's not going to be, so it should be based off of second point chances, an outlet break fast that you could like lock down, boom, get to LeBron or Rondo and start the fast break. That's it.
Do we know the season series between Miami and the Lakers? Is it 1-1 or?
I believe it's 1-1. I know Miami for a fact beat the Lakers, but I'm not sure if LeBron or AD one of them was out at the time.
No, I'm excited though. I'm definitely excited for it.
For sure.
Like I think it's gonna be good one because
I definitely think it's gonna be good.
yeah, like I think it's gonna be better than what people think the series though. I'm picking Miami because I think defense beats offense. If Miami's making shots, I think they can win.
Well, you're our Stephen A. Smith basketball guru, so we'll see. I can't pick. I gotta see the first game. After that, I'll let you know who I think.
I'm going with Miami. I'm going with Black and Red.
But I am calling Miami to win game 1, just because, as they say, LeBron likes to give up game 1 just to see, size you up.
I disagree. I don't think
They lost every game. I don't Golden State and
Yes.
back.
I don't think LeBron doesn't want to play this game from the. Doesn't want to play the series
Golden
from behind.
State takes the game. They don't give it. Golden State take this shit. They don't.
What I'm trying to tell you is, LeBron doesn't want to play the series from behind. He doesn't.
No, I'm not saying he goes out there wanting to lose, but he's lost.
He doesn't know. He
He's
doesn't
lost a
want to
couple of game 1s. This season.
He doesn't.
This playoffs. He lost a couple, and they came back.
He wants to show the world that he made the right move by going to the Lakers and making sure that AD came to the Lakers with him.
And I guess this year is still about Kobe, right? This is one for Kobe.
Yeah, it makes sense for him to win it, but
And he's motivated. You remember the whole MVP?
I was like, listen,
The whole MVP vote.
but he's not MVP though. He's not
No, but it's not that he should
I
have been.
hated that.
But he's like, yo.
Too, though. I hated it. Like, long story short is when you play with another top 5 player, it subtracts from your MVP status. When Steph played with Durant, they both were never in the race. Like, you can't be in the race when you got another top 5 player there. Y'all cancel each other out. That's how it usually goes. But for you to say that, MVP, get lost. Get out of here. That didn't make sense. He's a great player, greatest player of this generation, LeBron James.
All right, so I just want to make a correction. Miami lost to the Lakers twice this season. They played them early. The second game was a lot closer, 113-110. But in both of those matches, Miami was out-rebounded on the offensive glass by like
A lot.
almost 10 rebounds both times. So
That's what.
like I said,
that's
the
what they
key
gotta focus.
is if they could get rebounds. But at that time, they had Miles Leonard, I believe that's there, as their center, and Ben was playing the 4 at power forward. So we'll see. I don't
That's
know.
nothing. Maybe
Yeah.
put Spoelstra Mustafa.
Make some type of
Linux.
They also didn't have Dragic early in the season, so that is a
And
difference.
he's been super consistent.
Yeah, baller. Like, yo, shout out, yeah. And he don't get, like, yo, he don't get
Dragic gonna kill it.
Yeah, definitely been killing.
He's been balling.
Definitely. So
All right, y'all. Thank you for tuning in to the sports show. We are about to watch Monday Night Football.
let's go Kansas City.
Let's go Baltimore, and we'll see y'all next Monday.
Tune in next Monday, please. Let's see y'all.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, follow us, support us, talk about us. Let's get this thing going. Thank you.